just want to tell y'all something real quick. I think very ill-prepared, but the Lord has just led me to share this with you guys, and He's kind of been working on this for the past couple of days, and I've kind of put it off because, gosh, life is so busy. But I want to tell you that I am in this place right now in my personal life and in my ministry where I have just had to, more so than usual, just pump myself full of Jesus. I start listening to podcast services for the second I wake up, and I go to work and I do everything that I have to do there. I listen to the message radio all day, and then I come home and I read my Bible, and when I'm through with my Bible study, I read my Jesus books until I fall asleep. That's been my routine now for about 2 weeks because I'm in this season, and the Lord is trying to really show me something, and I'm just really trying to get Him to move on and teach me something else, because we get tired of these lessons, but I hadn't learned it right yet, or I wouldn't still be learning it. But this is so applicable to everybody. So through all of this, there are things going on right now in my personal life where I just want to be like, and God is teaching me, no, not that, be me. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. I've said before in my writings that one of your biggest ministries is how you live your everyday life, and what are the most important things that God has called us to do. Number one, love your neighbor as yourself. And so, and forgiveness. Those are two big things, and I ain't even gonna touch on that. But love your neighbor as yourself. I was listening to a podcast this morning, and it was talking about pretty much laying yourself down. And it fell right on into this, I'm not even sure how long lesson at this point, but it said that things approach you during the day, and God is trying to show you to serve these people, and you want to be like, Jesus, I don't even like her. That was all I took from that sermon. But then Jesus spoke to me. I don't even like her. And Jesus said, let me tell you something. There was a time that I didn't like you. I loved you, but I didn't like you because your life was full of sin. Sin that you denied over and over. You just relentlessly refused to acknowledge you're wrong. And there was a time I didn't like you, but I showed you love. And y'all, that is so real. There are so many things in your day that interfere with who you are as a person, even if you got your life right, because that is spiritual warfare that we're dealing with. And something from a sermon several days ago that I was listening to while I was getting ready for work said, obedience is your job and outcome is His. How powerful is that? Not you, but be me. Try with everything in you, no matter what the circumstance, who the person, what the situation, right, wrong, or indifferent. I am love and you be me. So, I'm getting it. But I just had to share that with you. I know you've got your own something, and you've got your own, but I don't like. But Jesus is such a refining process. You know, the Bible references refining silver and gold, and that is literally holding something over fire until the impurities melt out. And that also powerful, because He is just trying to get your heart right. And that's what's wrong with us as people. Even though it's like if you eat a cupcake in the closet, and just because nobody's seen you eat that cupcake doesn't mean it's not going to have the effects on your life. And that is the same thing with bitterness and ugliness. It don't matter how you feel in here. Even if you don't tell anybody, it will eat you up. And so God says, obedience, obey me, and I will control everything else. I am a good father. I am faithful to you. So be faithful to me and obey me in my law and what I expect of you, and I'm gonna take care of the rest. So if you're feeling the fire, He is just melting that bad stuff off. You've got to get what is in here, even though it is not out, it's still got to melt off for you to not suffer. And God doesn't want us to suffer. And it is hard to see the effects of being just completely indifferent to everything that goes on around you. But there is purpose, and the outcome is not ours to control. We can't push our way into what we feel like needs to happen for our lives. There's nothing we can do to supersede God's plan. So just keep that in mind today, and just obey Him and love those difficult people, and enjoy those difficult times, because it is teaching you something great. And I don't know, God is just so cool. So I hope that encourages you today. Like I said, I apologize, very ill prepared, but it has just been building and building and building for days, and I'm going to try to sit down and put it into words soon, but take it for today. Okay, bye guys.